I'm sorry, that
I was laughing a lot.
Let's see, we are Matthew. Chapter 21, verse 33. Here another parable. There was a master of a house who planted a vineyard and put a fence around it and dug a winepress in it and built a tower and leased it to tenants and went into another country. When the season for fruit drew near, he sent his servants to the tenants to get his fruit. And the tenants took his servants and beat one, killed another, and stoned another. And he sent other servants more than the first, and they did the same to them. Finally he sent his son to them, saying, they will respect my son. But when the tenants saw the son, they said to themselves, this is the heir. This is the heir. Come, let us kill him and have his inheritance. And they took him and threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. When therefore the owner of the vineyard comes, what will he do to those tenants? They said to him, he will put those wretches to a miserable death and let out the vineyard to other tenants who will give him the fruits in their seasons. Jesus said to them, have you never read the scriptures? The stone that the builders rejected has become the head of the corner. This was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our eyes. Therefore I tell you, the kingdom of God will be taken away from you and given to a people producing its fruits. And the one who falls on this stone will be broken to pieces, and when it falls on anyone, it will crush him. When the chief priests and the Pharisees heard his parables, they perceived that he was speaking about them. And although they were seeking to arrest him, they feared the crowds because they held him to be a prophet. So, when we come to this parable, this is a major question, one of discernment. Are you the person that stoned the messenger of the Lord, that ignored the messenger of the Lord, that received the messenger of the Lord? Do we have the skill to discern when he's sending somebody that actually is somebody from him, whether or not they feel or sound or smell like him? Aragorn took them into the wilderness after they left Bree, and he did not smell like a king. The books are pretty explicit with that. I'm ignoring the movies because the books are way better. If you look at the description, it talks about the concept of the letter that they received from Gandalf, which said, his name is Aragorn, and he made an observation about not all that glitters is gold. And the way the line goes is, all that glitters is not gold, not all who wander are lost. Sometimes the Lord is going to send you somebody who's a wanderer, may speak a little rougher around the edges, may present a little more roughly than you want. The question is, can you accept the messenger of the Lord regardless of the form? Can you accept the son? Can you accept the helpers? Can you accept the stewards, the managers? Can you receive the peace that they have, even if the package smells, hears, or sounds off, but it feels on? There's something about it that is on. Can you receive the peace that they have, even if they don't look like what you would expect the messenger of the Lord to look like? Do you have anything to add on? So, kicker here is discernment. Pharisees picked up on it at the very end. Yeah, he was talking about them. Yeah. A lot of times we'll pick apart the person that the Lord sends, and we won't listen for the peace. we need each of the pieces. We have puzzles. Not every jigsaw puzzle piece is cut the same. Some are cut really, really weirdly. But they all have a place.
It's a good illustration.
And you could be missing some critical pieces because you said that's not a puzzle piece. It's gigged up. It's cut wrong. Well, in some cases that is useful to be able to see, but then there are cases where it's like, wait a minute, that wrong piece that looks like it's mangled fits right here because I have the hole for it. Oh, but I threw it away because I didn't think it was a puzzle piece. Then you can't get the full picture. Same thing here with these builders and whatnot. These guys were working in the vineyard or whatever the case. They were made for the vineyard. The question is, they weren't willing to receive. They wanted to rob the owner. And they didn't have the discernment to know, wait a minute, we better do the right thing, because if we don't do the right thing, even if it's a servant, we're going to get corrected. We're going to get yanked from this job. You have a job. He wants you to take all the pieces he brings to you, no matter how weird they look. And you're going to get some weird pieces. So, I know this is not the normal way to read and interpret this parable, but there's an application here, an application that deals in a lack of discernment or the presence of discernment that reveals the desires of your heart. Somebody's going to come along and you're going to get the test of the rough messenger. Can you receive the peace and ignore the roughness? Discernment is critical here. And I bless each of you to receive the discernment, to receive the weird message, possibly from a rough messenger who looks like a ranger instead of a king, but really in his heart he is a king, or she is a king. So, be blessed, guys.